be more interesting than yesterday because we can't turn our eyes off from the fact that yesterday matches is pretty one-sided, although I still found one or two things that interesting to discuss with, like for example the third match that we are cast up with Zero. But for today I want to see a very stiff and intense game, not just one-sided. I need to explore more about the RO itself, like maybe one matches like Home and Morok 1 is still a fan favorite, while I heard the rumor about the grand final supposed to be Home versus Rise, but I will be looking forward for another guild that actually have their potential out and shown in this competition.
Definitely. Like Morok 1 might be the one to challenge them. Looking at their power, they're not too far behind, but because of their, the name of Rise is like
Halo
you hear
semuanya, moshi, rasaimasen,
and just by that reputation alone might have tilted the fans one way or the other. But looking at the power, they're actually not too far behind from the side of Morok 1, who is the #1 guild from Morok 1. Of course, that's why they're called Morok 1. And in terms of their division, they didn't do so well. They barely qualified to the round of 32 with at being at the 8th place of the crossover league. So definitely just on paper they look like a tough matchup, but Morok 1 definitely has some things up their sleeves.
Sekarang Home lawan Morok 1 ya. 7 menit lagi.
Have a matchup, I mean like an imbalanced matchup, not the imbalanced one. But I would
perbedaan CP-nya sangat jauh ya.
Two guilds because we want to see as well the gap between
dengan perbedaan CP yang segini jauh, apakah bisa?
They don't look that far behind comparing both these guilds, but when we look at the entire guild as a whole, we might see something completely different. But I believe this is going to be a close match as well, despite what the odds are showing in
kemarin kan anak-anak Home sudah memantau
will surprise a lot of people just by the strength that they're showing, and it might actually surprise Home as well because they are facing a tough adversary in the first round. And if they're not well prepared, if they underestimate their opponents, they might be in for a very rough ride.
Yeah, one example, maybe the yesterday match between Solaria and RI Phoenix, which like they have the close gap. I mean, like, that is not a big gap, but still, Solaria can overpower the RI Phoenix, which is very good because they play like pretty disciplined, and also they are very focused on an objective, which is very essential in this game Zero.
Definitely. Let's take a look at the rules of what these guilds will be playing in to compete to find out who will be moving on to the round of 16. And it is the also familiar, basically guild league rules that we are very
Halo Fatih, iya Fatih,
right? The rough objective is to get your opponent's HP down to 0 from 3000. There are multiple ways to get that, either by capturing and holding tablets, or killing opponent players, or killing minions and bosses as well. We're gonna watch a quick video to explain a little bit more about these rules in detail, so guys, check it out.
Guild League Rules, ROO, Odin Cup. ROO's Odin Cup is centered around the in-game competition mode, Guild League. In this guild versus guild event, strategy and courage are essential to emerge victorious.
Ada pembahasan
The
yang
battlefield of a guild league match is divided into the main field and the subfield. The goal is to dominate the main field by depleting the enemy guild's points to 0. The subfield can provide morale, which will grant guild members the main field buffs and guild skills. Methods to reduce the enemy guild's points in the main field: 1. Capture the Sun, Moon, and Star tablets. 2. Defeating enemy adventurers. 3. Slaying boss and minions. Capturing tablets. There are 3 tablets on the main field. The capture of each tablet will be determined based on the number of members a guild has near this tablet. Once a tablet is captured, it will immediately deduct 50 points and then 10 points per 10 seconds from the enemy guild. Defeating adventurers. Each defeated enemy adventurer reduces the enemy guild's points by 1. Slaying boss and minions. For each match, boss and minions will spawn at 10 minutes and 15 minutes after the match begins. And slaying each boss deducts 500 points from the enemy guild. It is important to remember that the Guild League is not a stage for your personal show. It requires strategy, tactics, and team play. Valhalla is calling. To victory, adventurers!
Valhalla is calling to win, to get your victory, and to become a champion of this Odin Cup. And I wonder what kind of strategy these two guilds have prepared, because I want to see more strategies. I mean, like the rotation, the ideas of the execution, or maybe they try to do something cheeky, like something that bring element of surprise during the game, Zero.
Bun-bun sih males gua ngabsen ini.
Of the game, I mean, home
orang masak istirahat yang benar ini mah malah main.
They have been pretty much undefeated in their division. They're playing in this very familiar map. We see the minions spawning in multiple points of the map. They know where to get points. They know how to beat their opponents. They know how to take a lead and control momentum. But will they be able to push up the tempo as well as maintain discipline in their guild? Because so far they've not met any real resistance throughout their entire road to Odin Cup, and making it here, it will be a breath of fresh air for them, because they will be finally fighting against guilds of the same caliber.
Require top option nggak disebut tuh.
To defeat Morok 1 in this
nggak
battle.
Salah.
Morok 1 proved to be too strong of an adversary. Game 1 of this entire day, the opening series of day number 4 of 2022 will be definitely an exciting one.
Yeah, exactly. And I also already saw a lot of supporters from Morok 1 already gathered here, but I want to see more supporters from home as well. We can go chat with their hashtags, or maybe go Morok 1, or maybe home win or something like that. Maybe just give your support to these two guilds. I mean, like just give support to your favorite guilds. But I'm not really sure I will give my vote to which guild, but I'm pretty sure this will be very interesting, because I want to see like a very intense. This is what I always hope since yesterday, but I also want to know more about the way of the commander, especially the color, if during the war itself, how they push their strategy and how they push their opponents to a tough position.
Yeah, definitely. And if
maksudnya
anyone
telat
can do
gimana?
That is definitely the home is comprised of a lot of players who have been playing with each other for a very long time. This is not their first time working together. This is not their first time competing in such a high stakes match. So let's take a look at the management team, the core people, the core leaders behind both these guilds, as we can take a look at their power difference as well. Morok 1 54 million, almost 55 million, while home boasts of 58 million power, one of the highest we've seen so far.
Yeah, one of the highest. And talking about the gap, the 4 billion gap, for me it is not real problem, because we've seen 2 million gaps, or maybe if
mereka banyak
6 million gap, it will be a problem. But I
Barta
think
juga banyak.
when you receive 4 million gap is still bearable for you. And talking about the composition between the classes in each guild, I found it really interesting, because looks like a Morok 1 relies on a paladin, like they have their 39 paladins.
That is a lot of paladins on the side of Morok 1, while home has a bunch of
jadi
snipers.
dia telat merger ya.
Snipers on their
Kasarnya nggak punya backup guild yang kayak Rise ya berarti ya.
Heavily powered snipers.
Rise kan kita punya 2 backup kemarin.
In terms of other classes as well, they look pretty even.
Mau
Both teams have 14 assassins.
AOK atau ke Rise tergantung bagan.
Home does have slightly less biochemists for themselves, but they do have more support with minstrels and gypsies.
Yeah, from what I see on this composition, I believe these two guilds pretty balanced in front, middle, and back line. So I think that would be another mind games, or maybe
gede banget itu home total 5. Kemarin Rise berapa? Ada yang tahu nggak Rise berapa, guys?
They might not know this information in terms of what the opponents' positions are.
Jauh ya sama Rise ya.
So the first match definitely is going to be an eye opener for both these guilds to gather
ada yang ingat nggak Rise berapa?
And form strategies around them depending on what your opponent's composition is in the main and sub battlefield. So this information might be the
56
first
juta.
time they're hearing it, but the top 5 players from both these guilds definitely have been well researched on
Beda
both
2
sides.
juta.
Morok 1, we have Fake Whale playing a Paladin Las Vegas, Alms, Ratu, as well as Abo completing their top 5, and they look very, very strong.
Yeah, they look pretty strong. And then like the top one itself, the power reached almost 600k. It may not be the highest, but still pretty decent. And like it can reach.
Tapi gini loh Saikudo, kalau misalkan si siapa namanya si Morok One dari awal emang udah gabung jadi satu buat ngejar ranking sih bisa sih harusnya.
Power.
Cuman kalau gue ngeliat
609k was the one we saw yesterday, I believe.
Yeah.
But it might be overpowered today.
Legend sama ALTF 4 gede mana?
Basically the highest powered assassin in the entire game right now.
Otara juara bu, amin.
611k. And it's pretty
amin.
balanced between the top 5. Like I think the top 1, top 2, and the top 3 reached 600.
Gue tuh galau. Gue mau nanya ke kalian deh. Gue bener-bener galau nih. Gue mesti nanya ke kalian. Misalkan kalian yang menikmatin konten gue kan. Maksudnya kalian semua yang menikmatin konten gue, bener nggak guys? Bener nggak? Nah, minggu depan tuh kan ada event gacha. Dan kalian tahu gue kan main gacha. Gue ada budget nih buat gacha. Nah, yang gue bingung adalah harus mending duitnya gue pakai buat title.
Players in the entire game right now, and we take a look at the management team as
well. Gue fokusin ke title, gue mungkin bisa bintang 5 atau gue gacha.
Meanwhile we have Pank, Atalia, and Cute Jeans.
Yang gue nggak tahu hadiahnya di gacha apa.
Very strong.
I always find the Charisma Baby has a very cute.
Menurut kalian gimana guys?
Like a cute jeans or somewhat baby yesterday that I saw. Most of the time I saw.
Tapi kalau gue full title, gue nggak bakal ada konten gacha-gacha.
Definitely. On this side though, Morok 1, their opponents, their adversaries, they're facing a very tough match.
Title bisa dari vending machine gue, bener nggak salah. Tapi kan title untuk merah 5 itu gue kurang 38 lagi. Kurang 30. Bo, kenapa kok kace? Lo kok kace? Kok kace asli bukan sih? Oh ya asli.
Pretty big gap or maybe short gap, but they got
malam partian packing di dimension deal kalah sama partian critical boy, makan ngegas. Gak tau sih gue. Bahasa Inggris pintu apa? Door. Ini masih nih kace-kace ini mau ngejokes dia. Mau ngejokes bapak-bapak nih. Bahasa Inggris pintu apa? Door.
With home.
Dia mau ngajak ke bapak-bapak nih, gue udah tahu.
This is one of those matchups where it is gonna come down to the wire. I mean, home might be taking it home very easily, but I think putting up a fight.
Gedor.
And we'll have to wait and see if it is that case. Or
close the door kan tutup pintu.
Like we've seen yesterday.
Yeah, I believe that
open the door. Udah pasti mau gedor nih.
Essential for Morok 1 because they are.
Jokes udah pasti ke arah sana anjir.
Home in terms of power.
Long time no see ya kok Kace ya. Sudah lama tidak mampir. Welcome Kace BNX.
First before home, I think it will be advantage for them or.
Tapi jujur guys,
they can get the same buff whenever your opponent receive the maximum buff.
Walaupun mungkin chance rise untuk ke final lumayan kecil, tapi gue pede untuk menang.
Let's take a look at how this
is
going to go down, Abigail. Game 1 of this best of 3.
Tapi BBDR kan lawan Legends nanti kan. Takpul nonton Indo versus Taiwan gak kemarin? Gimana? Bola? Gue gak suka bola kok Kace. Tapi kalau bola yang itu gue demen.
Side of home, and this is going to be one hell of a battle. Home pretty much uncontested, undefeated, unparalleled
Tim Nana. Ngeri banget.
Will they meet their match?
Kenapa kok yang mirip gue kok?
Oh my god. Can you see
difference power-nya sih gede banget ya.
The moment we saw the top 5
Second battle kita 400 ribuan.
611 and now he's 628k power. Jesus.
He was holding back. He was holding
He's
back.
Not turning back.
But now he's bringing everything he has to the main battlefield, and there are a lot of great players there in home outside of VBP.
Bukan Super Shy lagi ya.
Peking, you know, all these big names, Zybro, they are going to be packing a punch.
Enggak, ini dilihat dari total power bukan part.
One of the strongest snipers in the entire game in the side of home as well, and boy oh boy, this is going to be a good match.
Yeah, and a very tough match for each guild because they have lots
of
bayangin
anjing,
they also have a very strong
lu all in dekat-dekat Odin Cup lu all in, taunya lawannya raja terakhir. Kalau gue sih gimana ya Jik ya?
To be very exciting to watch, but I wonder
gimana
what
ya?
kind of combination that these guilds will do. I want to know about the minimap as well, so I can have
Nanti
an
idea
about their rotation in the early game.
Oh, definitely. We've seen a lot of guilds, you know, really prioritize the moon tablet, making sure they get that position as quickly as possible. Let's see if either of these guilds will be doing the same. Morok 1 in the green, home on the orange will be the colors for all these 3 games. So definitely look out to see who will be contesting on each point, as we do only have 15 seconds left on the clock. Let's see where these guilds will start to contest.
Yeah.
Ini screen gua apa screen dari sana ya guys ya? Kayak ada garis-garis
sih. This is the first game of Morok 1 versus home.
Yeah, and home is starting off very, very powerful, very, very strong, going straight towards this sun tablet is going to be taken here by Morok 1. A couple of terminal wings will be dropped down, Oblivions as well to try and force them out, but it will be a 2 tablet the side of home as VBP has 6 kills already, 7 kills, and he's going straight for Ratu. He's
udah langsung kacau langsung dibantai gitu anjir.
Make sure he doesn't progress any further. Meanwhile on the sun tablet we do see home rotating in, dropping a lot of
udah nggak bisa sih.
Falling down, and looks like Morok 1 will actually lose this tablet the moment it is able to be captured, and immediately
berat
to come in. Rotations are being called out. Morok 1 is avoiding this fight and going to rotate somewhere else, just giving up this location for the side of home, and right now home can react. Can they react quickly enough to the star tablet being captured here on the side of Morok 1? The rotations are coming in. They do have the moon tablet, which means that the rotations are going to be very, very quick to the other side. Can they make it in time? No, they will not. It will be a side tablet trade, and at least Morok 1 will hold on to 1 tablet of their own.
Yeah, this is very interesting. I believe home in the early game they want to get the map control, and they actually get it. Like they protect these 2 tablets at the early game. Morok 1 only have 1, and Morok 1 came up with the idea to go to another side of the tablet, which is a star. They get it, but a home do it quickly retake to sun tablet, and Morok 1 seems still have any other idea except do a slow tempo and trying to slash their back.
Yeah, definitely probably waiting for their first morale buff to
Guysnya home sih yang tabel iya sih.
About to get theirs as they will trade the side tablets once again. This rotation, avoiding fights will not win you the game at the moment.
Mafis pakai Grim Tooth ya.
Secondary battlefield isn't really matching up to what home has to provide. They were gonna have to trade.
Lihat, Mafis pakai Grim Tooth nih.
And when you are 1 tablet behind, you're just going to start bleeding points. As we see Morok 1 is going to abandon the sun tablet and try and rotate in towards the other 2 tablets here, but home looks like they have a foothold. They have a stronghold in the moon tablet, and any rotations in through the middle will not work out for the side of Morok 1, as we do see a lot of respawns.
Anjing, gua nggak ngeliat mereka title kuning satupun ya.
So once again,
home
the
ya.
side tablet trade is not going to favor you.
Merah semua anjing.
Yeah, and the rotation from Morok 1 is getting slower by the game continue, because Morok 1 tried to do a back and forth strategy.
Nggak bisa kadang.
And moon, I mean the sun, and it's
VBP pakai Soul Destroyer. Kalau si itunya Mafis pakai Grim Tooth.
From home, But home itself, like they pretty sure they can retake every single tablet. They just left one tablet to be taken to Morocco one, and it doesn't matter for them because they can retake it easily.
Iya anjing, merahnya bukan merah satu lagi, Cok.
We did see a glimpse of them just hitting on the backlines. They do so much damage, and I like that they're both playing two different builds. VVP is playing the Soul Destroyer build, while maybe
Yener, umpan langsung ke depan. Oh, berdiri bebas sangat baik. Masuk dan gol. Witan Sulaiman 4-0. Alhamdulillah, benar-benar sekarang bisa menyamai torehan gol dari Turkmenistan saat melawan China Taipei pada tanggal
Emang mirip gua, guys.
6 September lalu, dan kini posisi gol Indonesia dan Turkmenistan di grup K kualifikasi AFC di bawah usia 23 tahun sama Bung Doni. Semua peluang atau kesempatan Indonesia untuk lolos sangat besar tentunya Bung Doni.
Tadi sempat saya katakan ya, saya senang dengan role dijaga Ivar. Ini umpan presisi sangat baik dan juga ketenangan yang juga sangat luar biasa dipegang oleh Witan Sulaiman.
Ini bagus banget, guys. Ayo kita nonton bola.
Ilham Rio di kotak penalti dan oh tidak, gol. Oh Tuhan, Rafael strike. Witan Sulaiman. Oh Tuhan, sungguh nikmat Tuhan, mana lagi yang kau dustakan. Ramadan Sananta dan juga Witan dari pinggir sisi kiri pada Ahmad Pratama.
Thank you kok Aceh, berkah baru.
Rafael strike. Coba mengiris sisi
Nobar bola
kanan pertahanan dari.
tapi kalau nobar bola ke band kan
tadi oleh Le Cheng. Kini Ivar Yener, umpan yang sangat baik kepada Ilham Rio atau Witan Sulaiman. Masih Witan, Ilham Rio dan gol.
Gol lagi, Mak. Gila.
Alhamdulillah, 5-0. Sebuah proses gol yang sangat cantik, tapi kita benar-benar diperlihatkan visi yang sangat baik dari Ivar Yener dengan memberikan umpan ke arah yang kosong sisi kiri dan tahanan Chelsea Tepe.
Main
umpan dari Ivar Yener sangat baik, Bung Doni.
Betul, dan juga ketenangan dan visi yang dilihatkan oleh Witan Sulaiman ya. Dia tahu bagaimana dalam sisi belakang terlihat lari dengan begitu cepat, begitu pasti.
Kenboo Sulaiman bisa jadi kok Aceh. Lanjut kok Aceh, kita lanjut lagi ke gamenya ya. Tapi jujur ya guys ya, Grimtooth untuk di sini lumayan anjing sih. Tapi harus kekodok ya.
So in terms of movements, they are actually forcing Morocco 1 to split up to play in different places. And
fokus korin kamu, gue lihat itu VVV-nya takut. Bener juga lu.
With the wind walk and the map control that they have, they were not able to reach in time, and they will lose the star tablet and might lose the sun tablet as well, as the rotations are too late to come in. Morocco 1 with their movements are able to keep home at their home,
ini menurut gue ya. Ini menurut gue pribadi, Morocco 1 dengan perbedaan BP yang sangat signifikan tinggi, dia nggak berikan damage terhadap home. Keren loh.
Because every time you jump into sun and to the star, it's actually give you a
you are invited to pandang gue,
and you need to be very careful about
anjing lagi spektator di invite gue
every single time, because whenever home has a chance to be pushed back, dia
tuh pintar karena dia tahu home bakal ngambilnya tengah terus, jadi dia ambilnya di split kiri kanan. Rotasinya pintar.
Really forcing home to move around a lot, pressing the issue quite a bit. But unfortunately, the power of home is just very strong. And you can't, if the moment your strategy gets read out here, you're going to
bangsat spektatornya di invite
there are a
gitu
lot
tuh.
of high-powered snipers. Like we said earlier on in the stream, there's a lot of high-powered snipers here on the side of home.
Home tuh terlalu lebih mentingin line up dibandingkan CP ya gue lihat.
Final tier of the morale buff.
Moral buffnya Morocco juga rapi loh, goceng, not bad lah.
Movement speed buff for themselves. So 1,000 point lead right now for the side of Morocco 1, for the side of home, as Morocco 1 is still controlling all 3 tablets. They're still
Bisa epic comeback Bo kata Caster kemarin.
Morok 1 has been on point in terms of movement so far, but they need something else. They need to be able to stop the tempo, they stop the aggression coming from the side of home. Because every time they capture 1 tablet, they will lose it immediately.
Tapi ini home rapih juga ya
mainnya.
Stall
them out, to stop them from rotating in, recapturing those points. Because right now, they are just bleeding out.
Tapi Morok 1 sih gigi sih.
And also not to mention home already reached the maximum buff, which is very make
ya,
them strong this time. And Morok 1 needs.
Tapi gue nggak tahu ya guys ya, antara ini home-nya ngepur terhadap Morok 1 atau enggak. Karena mungkin dia mau ngetes All Baron juga, karena dia udah punya Mong juga.
Like the 6K compared to 10K, it is not a good idea for Morok 1 to win this game.
Mana? Udah habis anjing kemarin.
On a roll, 90 kills, almost getting to 100 kills on him. And I think that is
kalau Morok 1 bisa ngasih pressure kayak gini, Rice bisa lebih sih. Semoga ya. Masalahnya kita kan belum tentu bisa masuk ke semifinal juga, masih ada ODZ dan ILTF 4 yang katanya sangat kuat juga. Jadi doakan aja ya guys ya.
Assassins are with the backslide, with the
Rice bergantung sama lo sih, Bo. Kok title gua aja bintang 2 kok. Kemarin di Slabet aja hilang, nggak bisa kok. Saya sudah tidak kuat untuk top up lagi kok.
Completely wrecking the backline of Morok 1. There's no answer for him. He's just getting any form of kills that he wants. And along with Mavis as well,
Morok 1 Edodem.
Powerhouses from the side of
in-game leadernya Edodem. Bagus ini.
From the side of Morok 1. And
Morok 1 doesn't seem
like they have any form of answer to it. VVP getting to 100
ngegas tadi gila.
Two tapping paladins on this assassin, and they have complete map control. Our Baron is about to spawn.
Tapi tim lain nggak ada. Mana ada gue pinter, Cok.
Gets it. Not really, especially
udah nggak bisa kok. Terakhir gue beli meja doang kok. Nah, menit 10, udah koleksi semua.
And it's going to go down very quickly. Looking at the position of
gue nggak tahu apakah Morok 1 bisa
waiting for the spawn, and the moment it goes up, it will surely go down in less than a minute.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter for home. They just let the Morok 1 capture these Moon tablet because they are trying to hunting down every single player from Morok 1, and Morok 1 still cannot get their way back into the game because they lack of buff and they also lack of power, and the point is slowly dying from
anjing di kontes, Cok.
1,600 compared to almost 400. It is not a good position for
Apakah bisa di steal?
Oh, definitely, but Morok 1 definitely not giving up. They did throw a lot of statue skills on towards the Owl Baron. They almost wiped out home, in fact. Before Mavis and VPP was able to rotate in, they were wiping home out of their position. But at this point, when the rotations do come in from the 2 powerhouses of the side of home, they will definitely secure the victory, and they will win game number 1 of this best of 3 series.
Yeah.
Jujur.
But I still want to give my kudos to
gue nggak expect Morok 1 fight-nya sekuat itu terhadap home.
The power gap to home, they still trying to do their best.
Ekspektasi gue adalah
I also want to give one kudos.
Bener-bener kebantai Morok 1.
Good rate during the game because you can see
jadi gue bener-bener nggak expect aja gitu loh. Ternyata walaupun perbedaan CP yang sangat tinggi masih bisa anjir.
Any people from home from Moon tablet can cut the rotation, but they still doing it pretty well, and at the end of the game they can capture 3 tablets, which is very impossible from the matches that we saw.
Kita lihat match 2 ya, apakah Edodem bisa merubah segalanya? Karena Edodem kan pengen ketemu sama abangnya tuh. Ya match kemarin nggak bisa jadi patokan, kita juga mainnya agak serius itu guys. Tiduran lah. Saking ramenya gue tidur anjing. Kita semua tidur di main battlefield. Om kan kepisah nggak bersatu kayak server lain, Bo. Tapi kan mostly rata-rata well-nya di sana semua.
As with peaking as well, we're getting too many kills. So if they're able to stop that weakness in their
oke DK Gaming. Manusia menyesal nih dia. Iya sih feeling gue home ngepur, dia cuma pengen ngetes sampai awal Baron doang gue lihat.
I think the Moon tablet can be essential for these 2 guilds because
Alah sempak lu Bu lah.
one guild capture 2 tablets, which is one of it is a moon.
Tapi gue ngeliat sih apa namanya Home mainnya nggak serius banget sih kalau gue ngeliat ya. Dia nggak mungkin nge-spill strateginya gitu. Mereka cuman masih coba-coba dan emang pengen ngejar cuman sampai all baronnya. Tuh, moralnya aja Morokon bisa sampai dapat 8.000. That's a good things lah.
To 300 kills that was different between Morok 1 and Home. And if you're able to stop that, if you're able to stop your squishy targets from dying and reduce the impact that VVP and Mavis brings to the field, this will
League-nya nanti top CP Home ada yang mau pindah job buat surprise, Bo. Ya, let's see aja lah. Kita juga masih banyak kartu as yang nggak bakal kita kasih tahu dulu.
They were actually very close on both sides in the secondary battlefield, and the minions on the main battlefield itself was mostly controlled by Morok 1, which allowed them to keep up in pace early on into the game.
But I believe the thing that Morok 1
kayaknya emang radang ngelembek Home nah, enggak emang mau ngetes sampai ke All Baron. Gue ngelihat dia semua orang itu tuh sekarang tuh patokannya mau ngecek dia All Baron bisa tahan berapa lama, defense All Baron berapa lama, ngebunuh All Baron berapa lama, setup All Baronnya gimana. Kayaknya semua bakal ngelakuin hal itu. Jadi wajar nggak wajar sih menurut gue. Kartu AC lihat aja nanti. Tiba-tiba kenboo jadi Asura Strike juga kan nggak ada yang tahu. Ya kan? Kedoknya pindah biochemis, aslinya pindah champion. Nanti gue jurus gocekan Subasa kenboo lagi ya kan? Body lock hiding Asura Strike, kaget nanti kalian. Kaget gak kalian? Like-nya dulu teman-teman. Like-nya dulu ya kan? Ya kan tiba-tiba jadi tuan muda Lord Kenboo Mong, ya kan? Anjay. Seorang Kenboo yang ngata-ngatain Cura, ngata-ngatain Mong tiba-tiba jadi Mong. Nanti gua turnamennya gue botak ya kan, rambut gue botakin. Jadi kayak Mong beneran. Pakai baju warna kuning ya kan? Jadi biksu dan biksu.
Another long rotation or maybe back and forth to every single tablet. So why don't we just crash their backlines?
Tuan muda Lord Kenboo Mong is the real ya kan?
In terms of
kaget kalian. Nanti gue aku turnamen offline event gue botak gitu kan? Bayangin loh, botak. Awas kejadian Bo di beneran, nanti disuruh ganti. Ayo gue dibayar. Sana, lu ganti Mong gue danain, terus lu botakin rambut lu. Dibayar gue rambut gue botak anjing, 100 paket. Jab 3 kapan keluar? Kayaknya tahun depan sih. Atau enggak? Iya tahun depan lah, ini udah bulan apa sih? September ya? Sniper aja Bu buat ngerut. Bro. Kok KC aja mati sama Budiono Mong. Orang KC waktu kemarin. Kenboo harusnya bisa lebih gitu kan. BBD dari Rakpul. Enggak anjing, gue ke final udah rambut botak, gue pakai baju gue cosplay jadi Krillin tau gak lu? Krillin yang di Dragon Ball. Nah, gue di stage apa di stage, price gue gitu, gue botak, gue kayak gitu, kacamata hitam. Gue gini, Kenneth kalau ada yang donat gue 1 juta, gue berani dah kayak gitu. Gue botak licin, gue cosplay jadi Krillin. Gue final pakai kostum Dragon Ball anjing. Wah, depannya segitu kan. Goblok kocak banget anjing kayak gitu.
Or maybe Morok 1 can set up a trap for
112 kill.
the top 5 player from home to win this game, because I don't see anything wrong with their rotation, with their call, with how they try to catch up with.
Cok, VPP spend 15 miliar. Gue spend ginjal. Kagak anjing, gue jual di dia kagak laku, cok. Tunggu Doni salaman bebas dulu, Bu. Justin aja berani botak, masa lo nggak? Mana ya? Berat ya.
Rotating to the backline is definitely something that the side of Morocco One can consider doing. You don't really need too many players for that as well. Just a couple of paladins and some way to keep him there will be able to force him to be very ineffective. And
lo udah kayak BNK kok gitu, Bu. Menjiwai sekali menjadi influencer. Harus anjing. Kalau kenboo mah, gue mah jujur-jujuran ya guys ya. I mean, kita semua butuh makan, bener nggak guys ya? Ya kan? Ada yang donat gue 100 paket. Nih Bo, gue top upin 100 paket. Lu botak, terus lu ke mana? Ke stage. Rambutnya botak, cosplay jadi kerilin. Beli gue kostumnya. Iya, just no limit. Odin Cup is bullshit, money, power is real. Ya bener lah, credit card power bro. Ya kan? Gesek-gesekan Subasa. Benar, tapi gini bro Angga. RAGNAROK Online Indonesia Legends. Anjing Valrat. Udah aja Valrat doang. Terluka, anjay. AI ya, ini AI ya, dia bikin pakai AI ya. Bentar guys, nonton dulu ya. Wih, di Lanpros. Kan gue bukan legend dia. KC2 anjay, KC2. Tapi kenapa pakai Archer? KC kan wizard ya.
Rotation strategy is pretty risky, but still they manage to maintain it. Like they know how to.
Wah, gue sih gak dimasukin. Gue sih pengennya kostum bola ubi sih guys. Yang mana sih fotonya? Ada nggak ya gue?
For me, that's one of the most beautiful things in first game.
Yeah, they definitely did not give up.
Bola ubi gue ada nggak ya?
In their power, in their books of strategies to try and play against home. And I believe, you know, after getting that
kostum bola ubi, mana anjing?
They definitely can make this a much closer fight. And even around the Albaron fight, we did see, you know, home was wiped out at one point from the side of Morocco One. They were able to push them out and force Mavis and VVP and the rest of the high power players.
Ntar gue chat Brenda dulu.
Home to rotate over to secure the Albaron. So if they're able to stop the rotations, if they're able to slow them down,
anjing komputer gua. Ada cok, maksudnya gue punya kostum bola ubi guys.
Even game number 1 has shown a lot of potential for the side of Morocco One, and definitely can't wait to see in game number 2.
Bentar guys.
Adjustments they'll make to make this a much better fight.
Yeah, I love the way Morocco One try to hold their tablets as
mana yang kostum bola ubi gua?
From my perspective and from what I noticed, home can only hold 2 tablets at the same time. It's pretty rare to see them capture 3 tablets.
Nah, anjing kok hilang entot.
Since they also have a very squishy backline.
Nah, harusnya gue dibikin kostum bola ubi guys. Ya kan? Ini sih gue banget gak sih? Kenboo si bola ubi.
Yeah, definitely. Being able to spread out the numbers from the side of home.
Wah, benten collab apaan? Benten collab cok.
And is able to take advantage of. So.
Nah, topi lunatik, ngerokok, ya kan? Kostum bola ubi, Jack. Udah terbaik, Jack. Kostum bola ubi. Gak ada lawan, anjing. Gebuknya kayak orang kejang, cok. Gebuk ya, cok. Gebuknya assassin kan. Dia malah kayak gini. Malah joget pindah, anjing dia. Karakter gue. Emang bener PvP udah habis 15M buat spend Bang Kenbo. Nggak tahu gue. Nggak ngitungin gue. Buset. Kostum orange bu mau. Ya, Jack, nanti beneran gue di donate 100 juta lagi. Cuman buat apa namanya? Di stage gue cosplay jadi Krillin, gue botak rambutnya. Jing, gue ke Thailand nanti dikira biksu beneran, tai. PvP orang Indo.
Perhaps they need to utilize their high wizards more. We did see both these heroes. They do have
Guys, like ya dulu, guys.
high wizards, and the crowd control that these wizards can bring is very strong. There are multiple ways to tech a high wizard to play in different ways. So,
tapi gue dari tadi ngeliatin, kalau gue ngeliatin dari tadi ya, untuk home itu yang dari tadi ngekillnya itu ya PvP. Tapi gue nggak bingung ya, Mavis kenapa main Grimtooth? Tapi Grimtooth OP sih, dia nggak kelihatan sih. PvP orang jadi barang, anjing gua dong. Taunya kakek gua. Atau bokap gua ternyata. Waduh. Bokap gua kan lagi gila main MMO, tapi dia nggak pay to win kayak gua anjing. Beda, Cok.
And talking about home, I mean, like we already talked a lot about what Morok can do on the second game to catch up with home, but I believe home needs to be.
Kalau Paladin lawan Assassin Cross, kondisinya apa dulu nih? Kalau misalkan Sin X-nya lawan Paladin, Sin X ASPD menang Sin X. Tapi kalau Soul Breaker menang Paladin.
By the Morok One sample, they try to reset and the recovery actually successful and they get the control of the game.
Alasannya adalah ASPD kan gebuknya banyak. Nah, abis gebuknya banyak itu red card dan apanya tuh dia punya sesuatu yang ngurangin pdef musuh. Cici gua kemana? Masuk rumah sakit kan si Grace kemarin? Plot twist-nya kodoknya bokap lu. Bisa jadi sih. Terus Skyfall aja kan di real life-nya gua kenal. Bokapnya temen gua. Oke, game kedua. Duh, pialanya lumayan sih. Tapi kurang sih. Bagusan piala gue, Jack.
Game number 2 here in this best of 3 series. The open.
Kan lu punya kakak-kakak.
Day number 4 of the Odin Cup top 32. Morok One back against the wall.
Iya, anjing, taunya gue punya Koko ya kan, punya Engko. Gue punya saudara tuh, dia juga suka gila sama RPG. Ternyata diam-diam kodok KC. Kakak adek. Live-nya Erlam Hero-nya nonton di YouTube apa TikTok? YouTube, guys.
Once again in game number 2.
Anjing, title-nya sih mantep banget ya.
3 minutes preparation. This is a very important time for Morok One to set up their strategies, or especially in the early game. They need to take the early map control to push home so they can bring the tempo. They can set up the tempo first before home started to wreck the data side.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe something that Morok One can do is put more members in towards Moon, start pressuring Moon. So that therefore the side of home is
3K, kodok, KC, kenboo, iya aku punya ini, maju. Telur kodok tuh bahasa Inggrisnya apa, guys?
Secondary battlefield, they look pretty close despite
Telur kodok apaan, guys? Yang masih jadi sel. Oh, Pablo Morok 1 iya. Ada cicinya Elis juga. Cicinya, kokonya di Morok 1. Gue lupa nicknya apa.
Keep up in terms of kills and points.
Iko Daniel.
And even in minion kills, we did see Morok 1 being able to get more of the objectives on the map. So, definitely.
Enggak, kan kodok, kecebong. Kaca kan kecebong. Gue telur kodok. Yang masih di sel. Telur kodok gue ya.
Well, at least we all agree that Morok 1 has the potential to fight back home.
Prok goblok. Duk bapak-bapak boleh lihat.
Despite their gap.
Yeah. Let's see if any changes will be made here from the side.
Agak kokonya ngechat gua kemarin. Tanya Will Sin X, dia main Sin X juga.
Secondary battlefield better than they did in the first game, or will Morok 1 switch it up, maybe force a little bit more.
Di Morok 1 dia.
To win the secondary battlefield, which is going to be a huge morale boost towards the main battlefield, not to mention giving them those buffs as well.
By the way, this is an off topic. I saw several comments about the way I blink my eyes. I'm sorry. I'm just a professional blinker. So because my time.
Kan kodok. Kecebong, telur kodok. Udah, gue ganti nickname guys ya, bukan kenboo lagi.
Sorry.
No worries there, you know, people are just having fun.
Peka.
You see a lot of you guys watching the stream right now, over 1,000 in the English stream. We need more though. We need more of you guys down in the stream supporting both these guilds. Remember, we do have milestone giveaways. As long as we reach 10,000, 20,000, and 30,000 viewers. So get
PvP sih ngeri banget aja kayak nggak bohong wah.
To support the Odin Cup, we're in game number 2 of this best of 3 series. Morok 1 going up against Home. It is a 1-0 lead right now for the side of Home, but Morok 1 definitely has what it takes to force this to a game number 3.
Exactly, and I would love to give my
like-nya dulu guys. Wah, bipolar ternyata.
Morok 1, make this game interesting to watch as we only have 15 seconds left to start the second game. I wonder what will Morok 1 do.
Home is putting the same amount of members
towards
the moon tablet, making sure that they capture it as quickly as
possible. Itu Edodem kok bisa ngibarin bendera dia. Anjing. Namanya Ratu Santet 37. Bangsat, Ratu Santet 37 enggak tuh. Anjing langsung stay itu dia ya.
From the terminal wings alone, and they're actually able to force out Morok 1 straight out of the tablet, and the rotations are being called right now for Morok 1 already. Get the hell out of Sun, move to Star Tablet.
Langsung dirapihin nama langsung diratain nama PvP.
Home is already pre-planning the rotations that they're going to face, and they're already putting
anjing duit.
Yeah, but you can see the morale between these two guilds is pretty even.
Ada statue ungu kah?
Is not really that big.
So ngeliatin gua tadi.
We have the chance to get the map control over the secondary battlefield, but on the other side
ada sound effect anjing duit gitu kan.
As they trying to capture 3 tablets, which is very interesting to watch because this did not happen on the first game.
Yeah, definitely they were trying to trade the side tablets, but
this time they had to red. Statue-nya nggak berhenti, banyak banget bangsat. Ini baru serius nih mainnya, rada serius nih dia.
Leading the charge there, being able to get a lot of kills and forcing Morok 1 out of the map. All 3 tablets being controlled right now from the side of Home, and they are in a good lead so far. 300-point lead already this early on into the game.
Yeah, and they cut the rotation from Morok 1.
Yeah.
Ini yang di war di totalnya berapa duit, Bu?
Not giving any space to them as well. And
Home sih 100M ada ya, guys ya.
Home as well as the secondary battlefield. I believe that Home actually get
hampir 100M lah.
Like they can get the control
50 dari 50M deh kayaknya.
And I wonder if Morok 1 will come with another idea how to win this game, cause I mean like this is.
Nggak anjing sound effect di Morok 8 Morok 1. Kurang top up waktu mati. Ada sound effect ya. Ditabrak sama Lamborghini anjing. Iya sih. Dia masih ngasih fight, tapi tetep aja Cok nggak bisa Cok. Udah diseriusin nama home, liat mainnya rapi. Mereka nabraknya lebih rapi dibandingkan tadi. Tadi masih ngetes damage doang. Sekarang udah langsung dijagain satu tabletnya. Lu lihat nih di Moon. Tiap kali Morok One yang mau itu langsung di-clearin.
Frozen World dropped on towards the back lines. That is a lot of kills. Open to be taken here. Terminal Wings drop towards the back lines. Good night, Morok One. Goodbye, as they're gonna be wiped out here.
Gak bisa, udah diseriusin lu lihat.
Home looks like they are gonna give up the Sun Tablet though, rotating back somewhere else safer. Maybe wait for the.
Terus gameplaynya Morok One udah nggak serapih tadi. Tadi nabrak kebarengan, sekarang nabraknya mencar, salah dia. Tapi moralnya juga lumayan, atau enggak nih guys, atau enggak. Kayaknya Morok One dari main Battlefield orangnya pada pindah dulu ke second Battlefield, ngincer moral dulu. Habis ngincer moral dia baru pada pindah lagi ke main Battlefield.
Secondary Battlefield doing very well here for Morok One, able to go toe to toe with home right now.
Lihat baru keambil langsung diambil lagi. Karena Rakpool kan cara mainnya gitu kan. Mereka ke second battlefield dulu. Tapi menurut gua dengan kondisi sekarang ya, Morok One sih tetap aja ketinggalan jauh ya. Mereka udah walaupun mindahin orang-orang untuk pindah ke second battlefield, tetap gak ngajar moralnya home anjing. Lalu wasting time iya, wasting point iya. Anjing, kalau destroyernya mau ngehit bipolar aja nggak mati bangsat. Udah GG nice try lah Morok One. Ini mainnya bener rapi nih. Baru gue puji, ternyata bener kan tebakan gue guys. Mereka ngetes strategi doang tadi. Ngetes nyoba. Anjing, duitnya duit merah semua bangsat. Anjing, 200 juta cok. Wiping out all 3 minion spawns, and it will be home getting the bulk of the points in terms of minions. 200 juta gitu kan. Ton efeknya.
Yeah, and not to mention VVP is still unstoppable in this time with 70 kills more, and still very looking for more kills from Morok One, and Morok One is in not a good state because they barely have the space to
duit gitu kan.
Maybe they can take the stars, but look at the other tablets like home still trying to make your Morok One have no idea how to win this game.
Yeah, look at what they're trying to do. They're trying to lock VVP in with
Gloria Domini ngaruh banget kah? Lumayan. Kecuali udah gap title sama PvP-nya beda jauh ya. Ya nggak mungkin anjing Mavis PvP mati. Terlalu wasting time untuk Morok One untuk ngincer Mavis sama PvP-nya anjir.
As they will try and capture the Sun Tablet after this, but that also means that home is able to rotate freely, knowing that their Moon Tablet will not be pressured.
Lihat moralnya udah jauh.
Yeah,
udah nggak bisa.
The objective from home is trying to keep their feet on as strong as possible and try to make Morok One push to the corner, so they cannot get any space to create another momentum. But as can you see, the spread of the players from Morok One.
Guys, kalau lawan home bisa enggak lah. Home lebih kuat jauh.
It started to not really organize like.
Like dulu ya teman-teman ya.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely see that just from the minimap alone. You see
Udah ya, GGNT. Teman-teman,
to defend multiple
izin.
of the map, while Morocco
Sakit perut.
is very spread out. They're trying to attack on multiple
Gue gaji buta bentar ya. Izin aja gue minta maaf. Sakit perut gue. Ya. Kalian nonton streaming dulu ya. Bentar ya. Sakit perut gue.
That is
10
not the
menit.
way you want to play. You need that strength in numbers. You need the number advantage. You need to control VVP, who is absolutely on a roll right now, going for more backline kills. And without the numbers that you, without the safety numbers that you'll find, that is going to be tough. Vic Will gets caught out within 10 players. He's trying to do his best, trying to slow them down, but he will fall in the end. The top player from the side of Morocco gets wailed down from the side of home, and that is not boding well here for the side of Morocco as they are down to only 700 points of health left remaining in this game.
I can tell home actually really do a good react or maybe a good read to Morocco as Morocco trying to do a better rotation. They always got it before Morocco reached their objective, and this is very interesting because it doesn't give any space to Morocco, and home keep pushing Morocco to the corner, so they have to come up with another idea, and home basically trying to just cut every single idea that Morocco have.
VVP up to 100 kills already on this monster of an assassin. No one has been able to deal with him. No one has been able to stop his tempo. And it is looking really rough right now for the side of Morocco as they're trying to capture multiple tablets. They're not really succeeding in it. Ratu stuck in the middle of everybody. He's being wailed down there by Seaton. And little do they know that they are slowly starting to bleed out. 1 minute left before the Owl Baron spawn, but the game looks like it will end before that point, as there is just no answer for the strength that is VVP, that is Mavis, there's everybody else here from the side of home, as they will lose and not be able to capture the Sun Tablet for themselves. Only the Star Tablet left remaining here for the side of Morocco, and they are losing points very, very quickly.
Yeah, very, very quick. Although they try to catch up with the morale, but it's still not enough because what happened in the main battlefield is basically a massacre from home to Morocco. Morocco barely lay more damage to home itself. Maybe they can try to capture a Star Tablet, which is maybe the most comfort place for Morocco, but it's still not helping.
Yeah, definitely not helping here. Only 300 points left remaining of health here for the side of Morocco. Our Baron is about to spawn, but at this point it is too little too late from the Moroccan side, as it is an impossible mountain to climb at this point. 2,500 points right now for the side of home, while only Morocco holding less than 300. The moment the minions spawn, the game will be over unless Morocco can come out with some miracle. They do have the position around the Owl Baron, but will it be enough? I mean, the terminal wings will be dropped down, and that should be it, ladies and gentlemen. That should be home being able to take this best of 3 series in a 2-0 sweep. And there is nothing that Morocco can do except bow down, because home will be moving on to the top 16 after RAGNAROK Online Origin Odin Cup.
Yeah, congratulations to home who already advanced to top 16, and good game well played to Morocco for this interesting first match on the day 4 of top 32 eliminations. Probably still a good match to watch because we can discuss a lot of things, especially on home side. I love the way home push every single Moroccan player to the corner, so they barely have time to recover or maybe do a reset, so they can try to continue to put their strategy during the game. Morocco seems in the top spot for the whole game, and I believe this is not very happy moment for them, but I can see they're still trying their best. I mean, like, they try to spread, they try every single thing that they could, but still, it is still not enough.
Yeah, definitely. Morocco home was just way too good with the rotations, with game 2 reading the strategy and responding appropriately. Got them the early lead, despite the best efforts from the secondary battlefield. They could not do much about it. Let's take a look at the match stats to see how close of this game was actually for parts of the game, especially in the secondary battlefield. But the kills do show the main story here. 600 kill difference. as well as the minions this time. Morok 1 was not able to control the map as well as they did, and it all came down from the first capture, the first tablet exchange. Morok 1 was not able to capture and trade one of the side tablets, and that lost them a lot of momentum.
Yeah, and I love the way Home spread their players to every single tablet, and at the early game they did the same thing what they did in the first game. They captured 2 tablets, which is Star and Moon, and after they make sure no one can retake these 2 tablets, they started to give another players to the Sun tablet, and it's actually pretty effective because that's the moment when Morok 1 actually want to move to the Star tablet, and they took the advantage of it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a very good timing.
That timing was absolutely perfect. Completely stalled out Morok 1, gave them no chance in game number 2. Let's take a look at the secondary battlefield stats, where, you know, Morok 1 actually did a lot better in keeping up throughout pretty much almost the entire secondary battlefield. And they were able to keep up in terms of morale and the buffs, and get 2 minions. And if you look at 2 bosses and 177 minions for themselves, the kills obviously did go towards the way of Home. But the job was done here for Morok 1. Keep close in morale and get to the maximum buffs and then get out of the map. 8,000 morale gotten from them, and then they get out of the map. That is a very common strategy we do see in the secondary battlefields, where you get the objectives and then you hope for the best in the main battlefield. And I think the secondary battlefield for Morok 1 did absolutely their best they could, and they definitely was able to help out in the main battlefield. Unfortunately, it was just Home overpowering Morok 1 in the main battlefield.
Yeah, especially Home, basically, from my perspective, they only did a very effortless strategy. They, at the first game, they tried to cut the rotation from Morok 1, and they started to get lured by the rotation of Morok 1, and made them very tiring during the first game. But the second game, they decided to not follow the tempo. They decided to create the tempo, and Morok 1 fall for it.
Yeah, definitely. They played their own game throughout the way, and that's shown in the bigger difference in game number 2. Not falling for their opponent's mind games, not falling for their opponent's strategy, and instead playing their own game. Let's take a look at the MVP of game number 2, and once again, it is VP.
Of course.
Of course. Is there any doubt at this moment? This man was targeting paladins. He was killing paladins. Something unheard of in the Odin Cup so far, and he has been a complete powerhouse in this game, and he's really just doing all the work right now.
PvP, basically on these 2 games, he just tried to crash his way into Morok 1's positioning, and Home basically trying to not giving any space. I believe that's the very best description from what Home did to Morok 1.
Oh yeah, definitely. Wow, what a game! What a game that both these guilds have been able to show us so far. Morok 1 definitely showing that with a little bit of a little bit more work on their entire guild, they definitely is able to fight it out, at least make it to the top 16. But Home showing everybody why they're one of the favorites to win this entire thing. People are saying it is going to be Home versus Rise in the finals. It's going to be out F4 and Legends fighting out for 3rd and 4th place. But man, oh man, this has been a treat to see the Legends in action with a 2-0 victory against Morok 1, which I think if Morok 1 faced any other guild, right? If they face any other guild outside of Home, they might have been able to win very convincingly as well. But unfortunately, their opponents were was Home, and with that, they will unfortunately be going home with have to be happy with the 32nd spot here.
I agree with you, because actually Morok 1 has the potential. They have a lot of potential to win this game. I mean, like they have the strategies. They have a very good and organized team. They are very well communication. Maybe they need slightly different tempo in my perspective.
Yeah, definitely something that they will be able to learn from this loss. They will be able to absorb the lessons they've learned in their journey here to the top 32 of the Odin Cup, and hopefully in the future as well, as they continue growing stronger and stronger. Well, kudos to Morocco 1. You guys gave us a great show, but congratulations once again to Home, who will be moving on to the top 16 of the RAGNAROK of the Odin Cup.
Yeah, and this is only the first game. We still have 3 other interesting matches, and all of these good matches thanks to our sponsor Huawei App Gallery for their strong support for this competition. The Odin Trophy is jointly organized by ROO and Huawei App Gallery. For those who don't know, Huawei App Gallery is a top 3 global application store that supports both Huawei and non-Huawei Android phones. You can download games, get various promotions and discounts, so just download it.
Definitely. And let's take a look at the highlights of a very close and interesting first opening series of the day, guys. Definitely check this out if you missed the first game.
Sorry.